Alrighty, boob tubes. So I don't. I hate to keep getting back to this, but I don't. And it is becoming like laughable. I don't know if that's the right word. It's becoming funny. So there's the old Wesley Clark comment during the Bush administration, and yeah, the time frame is wrong. And if you read it, we're going to take out. We're not going to take over. Going to take out these countries in 5 years. So Iraq, you can tick. That's in perpetual warfare. That's all over the gaff. And at one point, that was economic and military force. Not anymore. Syria? Well, that was, you could argue, Russia and Iran. You couldn't argue that's what happened. Russia and Iran backed Syria up and prevented the West from getting rid of Assad and putting their puppet in. I even heard the BBC earlier on today referring to what happened in Syria as a civil war. You're like, no, come on. You know that's bullcrap. Lebanon? Well, Israel and Lebanon, as always, but apparently there's a wee bit more than usual. There's skirmishes going on between their border. Libya, that used to be a kind of military force, but certainly an economic force. Not anymore. Somalia, Sudan and Iran. So Iran's last on the list, but they're getting all sorts of sanctions and sort of a bullcrap. I even heard a story the other day that was doing the rounds in the Western press where Iran stole an oil tanker, an American oil tanker. Oh my God, how dare they? And then as it transpired, it was an oil tank. It was an Iranian oil tanker that was confiscated due to sanctions. And then it was called the la 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 or something, right? And then they rebanded it the St. Christopher, and now Iran stole it. Iran went and stole it back. It's hilarious to see that on the news. Hilarious. And the way the news packaged it, I think it was Reuters report I heard, but the way the news packaged it was hilarious. You know, like if you listen to it very carefully, you could hear that they stole it back. But they pure packaged it as if like Iran, big bad Iran stole this unprovoked the St. Christopher. They stole the St. Christopher. And then like, this ship was just to be called the it was taken off the Iranians for sanctions a year or two ago, man. Hilarious. So fast forward to today. No, right, where am I? And this is what I mean by it's just getting funny now. Like all the countries on that list and more. Pakistan is in the mix as well now. Are all throwing missiles at each other, or in the process of throwing missiles at somebody, or in some sort of a war or conflict. But this is very interesting anyway about Somalia.
It's a deal that's raised the ire of Somalia. Breakaway Somalilands agreed to grant Ethiopia much-sought access to the Red Sea. Mogadishu says it's an act of aggression and violation of its sovereignty. So how will this dispute play out, and is war a possibility? This is Inside Story.
And they get some talking heads to come in and talk about it, which I'm going to watch just to get a greater grasp on what's happening in Somalia, because it's on the list. Oh man, imagine being on that list. And that was what, during the Bush administration, that must have been over 10 years. Hold on, 8 for Bush. 8 for 20 years ago, maybe. Nearly 20 years ago, he made that statement. So the time frame isn't quite up to date, but they certainly have took out these countries. Not one of them is a functioning country that isn't at war. Iran is probably doing the best, but they've got all sorts of sanctions and all that labelled at them and whatnot. Plus, Israel just killed 2 of their Revolutionary Guard inside Syria. Military advisors or something they were saying, but they were calling them the members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Anyway, get it, got it, good. Thank fuck my name ain't on the list, because I ain't coming in. Cat cheese, no cats or cheese were harmed in the filming.
Clips, clips.
And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.